Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, Chapter 21. In the past, when everyone mentioned Dayan County, it was synonymous with chaos and crime. But now, all this has changed because of the arrival of Yi Langtian. Because he dominated Dayan County. When the news came out, the entire Dayan dynasty was not surprised, it was shocked again. Unexpectedly, Tianzhou, who was previously famous for the Dayan dynasty, has unified Dayan County with his own power. You must know that Yi Langtian comes from the Yi clan. But this time to unify Dayan County, it all depends on its own strength. There is no dependence on the Yi clan. In just a few days, when the news reached the capital of the Dayan dynasty, Yi Nanyuan and others from the Yi clan were all shocked, and then looked relieved. If things go on like this, I am afraid that Yi Langtian will soon become the first person in the Dayan dynasty. When the other 7 superpowers learned about this, they suddenly felt unprecedented pressure. The younger generation is almost desperate. In fact, although the Dayan sect was not the top force of the Dayan dynasty, it was also a real first-class force. Yi Langtian was able to coerce the great Yanzong alone, which shows that this son has grown up and can be completely independent. Some of the most thoughtful people at the center of the big forces even secretly prepared to marry the Yi clan. Because only in this way can we protect our best interests. As the old saying goes, join if you can't beat it. Different from the ups and downs of the outside world, Yi Langtian stayed in the cave hall for half a month. Until the 20 million pure yuandan was exhausted, his cultivation base also reached the peak of the good fortune realm. If he faced Dong Lai again, Yi Langtian was confident that he could kill him with one punch. Ding, the cooldown of the script simulator is over. Close black lens bracket. Does the host start the next simulation? Close black lens bracket. This day. Not long after Yi Langtian broke through the peak of good fortune, a prompt came from the system. Turn on. Hearing this, Yi Langtian blurted out and made his debut. Without the slightest sloppiness, open black lens bracket, the script simulator starts. Close black lens bracket. Please select 3 properties from the following attributes that will be refreshed immediately and perform this simulation. Heaven's Pride, Gold Fengkong Grinding, Cyan Rapid Retreat, Blue 1 Soul with 2 Souls, Red Prosperity in Prosperity, Red Unfortunate Destiny, Time, Gray. Soon, a virtual screen lit up in front of Yi Langtian. After a cursory glance, I didn't expect that among the properties refreshed this time, there are really properties related to mental energy. As for the level, Yi Langtian felt a lot more comfortable. At least not like the first time, there are 2 or 3 lower attributes at the beginning. It's a good choice this time. Although the sharpening and the rapid retreat are good, but there is still a gap between the prosperity and prosperity. As Yi Langtian thought about it, a decision was made in his heart. Open black lens bracket, selected property, close black lens bracket. Heaven's Pride. Born to be a Tianzhou, the darling of heaven and earth, not only has extraordinary aptitude, but also can achieve great things. 1 body and 2 souls. There are 2 souls in 1 body, so the soul is powerful and mental energy is powerful. When luck is prosperous, good rain knows the season, when spring happens. With such a destiny, on the way of cultivation, since then, the luck has been prosperous and the road has been smooth. It seems that these familiarity are good. I wonder if the simulation rating will reach the S level this time. Yi Langtian looked at the introduction given by the system in front of him, and felt a lot of relief, thinking to himself. Ding, script simulation starts. The first year, you ruled Dayan County, and accidentally met a Tianfu master. The latter saw that you were a master of talismans, and you didn't want to bury talents. Path of the Master. Close black lens bracket. Oh, am I lucky too? I didn't expect to meet a Tianfu master in Dayan County. Seeing this, Yi Langtian couldn't help but look startled, a little bit of joy. You must know that the number of Tianfu masters in the Dayan dynasty is definitely not more than 1 finger. Many are old monsters who didn't come out. Its strength is comparable to that of Nirvana. It is enough to be on an equal footing with the patriarchs of the 4 major families. And he can actually get the latter's guidance. His luck is indeed too enviable. Second year, you are on the way to the Talisman Master. Cultivation has reached the level of the low-level Spiritual Talisman Master, and cultivation base has also been promoted to the Nirvana level. Seeing this, Yi Langtian felt that everything came naturally. In addition, with the strength of the Talisman Master, he can gain the approval of the Black Pupil Ancestor. The third year, you broke through to a high-level Talisman Master, but due to the limited resources of the Daong dynasty, your cultivation base is still in the Nirvana realm, making little progress. Forehead. Yi Langtian has some headaches. He didn't expect that after 2 years, he has not left the Daong dynasty. In fact, this is no wonder, because the Great Yan Ancient Monument has not been opened. It is impossible for him to leave the Daong dynasty without refining the Devouring Talisman for a day. Fourth year, the Ancient Monument of Dayan opens. With the powerful cultivation base, you push all enemies horizontally and come to the former site of Sacred Land. Here, you met the Black-Eyed Ancestor, and was recognized by the latter to be eligible to obtain the Devouring Rune and inherit the inheritance of the Burning Heaven Sacred Land. Close black lens bracket. Call. Yi Langtian let out a long breath. Seeing this scene, he finally felt relieved. Having been approved by the previous owner of the Devouring Rune, Ancestor He Tong, means that you can start refining the Devouring Rune. As for the inheritance of the Burning Heaven Sacred Land, it is worth the good fortune martial arts, picking the stars and cutting the sky. Fifth year, you refine the Devouring Rune. Chapter 22. Fifth year, you refined the Devouring Rune, and through this cultivation base broke through to the ternary Nirvana realm, becoming the first person in the Daong dynasty. Close black lens bracket. As far as I know, the most powerful person in the Daong dynasty should be the royal family, and his cultivation base should be in the Nirvana realm. Since cultivation base has reached the Nirvana realm, it's time to get out of the Daong dynasty. Yi Langtian thought so. After obtaining the Devouring Rune, he is qualified to chase the top powerhouses in this world. Sixth year, the War of the Various Dynasties begins. You represent the Daong dynasty and came to the ancient battlefield. Although you come from a low-level dynasty, you will soon become a leader in the ancient battlefield with the help of devouring runes and picking up the stars. Close black lens bracket. Seventh year, you broke through to the Wuan Nirvana realm, found the former site of the former Sixiang Holy Court on the ancient battlefield, successfully obtained a heavenly dragon golden body art, and won the favor of a Samsara realm powerhouse. Close black lens bracket. The heavenly dragon golden body art should be a martial art created by that Samsara realm powerhouse. If you learn it all, it's almost the same as having a dragon body. Yi Langtian knew that this martial art was powerful, and his eyes became hot right now. In fact, a large part of the reason for obtaining the heavenly dragon golden body art is that Yi Langtian possesses the devouring talisman. Because the person who owns this symbol also has to undertake some obligations. It was because of this that the Samsara realm powerhouse gave him the heavenly dragon golden body art. The script simulation continues. 8th year, the war between the dynasties ended, and you won the championship with undisputed strength. At this time, some great teachers or sacred land in Dongshuanyu threw an olive branch to you. After careful consideration, you chose to join Daoyi Sacred Land. Close black lens bracket. The 9th year, your cultivation base reached the Juwan Nirvana realm and the 8 Seals Tianfu Master. When you went out to complete the Sacred Land mission, your whereabouts were discovered by the Yuantian Great Sect. You were attacked and seriously injured. You died. Yi Langtian. Died in the 9th year. I didn't expect that the Yuantian Great Sect would be too small, right? You're still doing sneak attacks. The simulation comes to an abrupt end here. Yi Langtian didn't expect that he would be killed by Yuantian Great Sect. Is it because I didn't choose to join them in the first place? In fact, in Dongshuanyu, Daoyi Sacred Land and Yuantian Great Sect are almost deadly enemies. Because Yi Langtian performed too well in the wars of various dynasties and joined Daoyi Sacred Land, Yuantian Great Sect couldn't wait to kill him because he was afraid that he would grow up in the future. Ding, the script simulation is over. Close black lens bracket. The simulation rating is S grade. Rating reward. You get an S rank rating in this script simulation, and the host can inherit all the cultivation base during this simulation. In addition to that, you can choose to get any of the same opportunities you get during the simulation. Close black lens bracket. Please host to make a choice as soon as possible. Close black lens bracket. After Yi Langtian came back to his senses, the system prompted again. As he expected, this time it got an S grade. More importantly, his cultivation base suddenly jumped to the 9 Yuan Nirvana realm. You must know that the Juon Nirvana realm is only available to some of the true disciples of the Eastern Profound region. Looking at the Daong dynasty, it was almost a ceiling. It is rude to say that now Yi Langtian can kill the former Dong Lai with just one look. And with the cultivation base in his body, Yi Langtian can completely rely on the devouring rune to find the turbulent space where the Great Yan ancient monument is located. As for chance, Yi Langtian looked at the virtual screen in front of him and looked at the simulated trajectory of the script. He did not hesitate to choose the opportunity of Tianlong golden body art. Because this opportunity is the most precious one that he has obtained in the wars of the various dynasties. This heavenly dragon golden body art is a body refining martial art, which ranks among the heavenly martial arts. The so-called Tianwu is a martial art that can mobilize the mighty power of heaven and earth with every gesture. This martial art is extremely powerful, and it is almost where some great teachers and sacred lands' true heritage lies. After Yi Langtian made a choice, he also thought of a cultivation method related to this martial art. In addition, there is also a heavenly dragon cauldron in his system space. To practice this method, you must first acquire the chi of the heavenly dragon. Fortunately, according to the previous script simulation, he got the heavenly dragon chi given by the big man, and it was a chance to be together with the heavenly dragon golden body art. Therefore, there is a lot of heavenly dragon energy in the big cauldron in the system space right now. If you think about it, you can cultivate yourself to get started. Ding, this simulation is over, the cooling time is 3 months. Soon, the virtual screen in front of Yi Langtian darkened and gradually disappeared. Next simulation, how high can I reach? But for now, let's inherit the 9-element nirvana cultivation base first. Yi Langtian muttered to himself. The next moment, in his dantian, lightning flashed and thundered suddenly, as if the world had opened up. The energy in the body is almost boiling. A roar erupted, echoing quietly in the stone cave hall. In addition, above its dantian, there is a Nuan palace opened up. Perceiving this situation, Yi Langtian's expression froze for a moment, and then he was overjoyed. He forgot, in the script simulation, his cultivation base is not only outside the Juon Nirvana, but also the 8 Seals Celestial Talisman. Chapter 23. At the same time that Yi Langtian Dantian was baptized like a storm, his physical body also began to undergo earth-shaking changes. It is no longer the gas of good fortune, but the gas of nirvana. At this moment, Yi Langtian's limbs and bones are filled with incomparably rich nirvana chi. If it can be measured, it is definitely on the order of tens of millions. The boundless air of nirvana roamed within him, opening up meridians for him and strengthening himself. At that time, Yi Langtian's blood was rendered golden, and his body was also golden, like golden paper stuck together. This is the golden body of nirvana. Only those who truly reach the nirvana realm can have it. Like the patriarchs of the 4 major families, although they are in the nirvana realm. But it has never crossed the nirvana realm, not even the 1 yuan nirvana realm. After like this for half an hour, in the hall of the huge stone cave, an incomparably majestic aura suddenly came out, and it was announced that Yi Langtian had successfully arrived at the Juon Nirvana realm. 9 is the ultimate, and the nirvana state must pass through 9 nirvana kalpas before it is complete. But every time in nirvana, it is undoubtedly not a matter of life and death. How many geniuses in the world died under the nirvana robbery? How many heroes were buried under that nirvana lust? Only after going through 9 cycles can one make one's own strength tend to be perfect and achieve true perfection. At the same time, in Yi Langtian's body, there was also an extra talisman in the Nuan Palace. At this moment, within Yi Langtian's perception, there was still a trace of purple fire in the talisman. It must be the fire of the spirit. On the way to the talisman master, reaching the spiritual talisman master can condense the fire of the spirit. With this fire, it is enough to forge Lingbao. The heavenly talisman is a more powerful being than the spiritual talisman. Not only can he use the power of heaven and earth in more ways, but he can even control others through mental energy. It is rude to say that with Yi Langtian's current Juon Nirvana realm and the strength of the 8 Seals heavenly talisman, even if you encounter the half-step profound realm, you can compete with it. At the very least, one has the power to protect oneself in the face of a small and powerful person in the profound realm. Right now, I'm already a master of heavenly talismans. I think I can use the devouring talismans to find the ruins of the ancient great sect burning heaven's sacred land. Taking his mind back, Yi Langtian looked at the devouring rune in front of him and said quite excitedly. As soon as he thought of this, Yi Langtian immediately separated a trace of mental energy and tried to wrap the black light group. As soon as he touched it, his brain suddenly buzzed. The next moment, along with its physical body, disappeared directly into the stone cave hall. At this moment, in the stone cave hall, an energy vortex visible to the naked eye emerged out of thin air, like a black hole in space and time. When Yi Langtian opened his eyes again, he found that he had reached another dimension. Under his perception, the outside world may no longer be in the Xuanian Mountains, but in the Great Flame Ancient Plain. I have to say, Burning Heaven's Sacred Land, as an ancient great sect, is really capable. There is such a peculiar way. Of course, it is also possible that this is the magical effect of devouring the rune. Right now, this space is vast and tragic. Every grass and every tree contains vicissitudes and ancient meaning. After recognizing the direction, Yi Langtian took off directly above this ancient land. Because, with the power of the Eight Seals Heaven Talisman, he has already sensed the aura left by the devouring rune in the past. When he got there, Yi Langtian realized that it was a dilapidated building complex. There are broken walls and ruins all around. Only one black altar, exposed between heaven and earth, looks a bit strange. In that black altar, there stood a large black pillar with a rune formation on it. It's just that the array is broken. If Yi Langtian didn't expect it, what should be stored in this rune array is the devouring rune. When the ancient monument of Dian was opened last time, it was taken away by Dong Lai. It's a pity that Dong Lai is certainly a hero in Dian County, but he doesn't know what kind of sacred thing he has won until he dies. What? It's interesting. I didn't expect that after countless years, I can still see such an amazing and brilliant genius. Young man, what's your name? Just as Yi Langtian was thinking to himself. Suddenly, a distant voice came from his ear. Hearing this, Yi Langtian's expression changed. He knows who is asking. This person is the ancestor of the previous master of the devouring rune, He Tong. Junior Yi Langtian accidentally got a rune and stumbled into this place by mistake. Yi Langtian cupped hands rode. Just a word. He saw that the black beam of light in front of him suddenly twisted, and then he was sucked into it. I didn't expect, you little guy, you have a lot of luck, you can get the devouring rune. Although the previous group took away the devouring rune, there was a seal from the ancestors inside, which cannot be opened without my permission. The person who spoke was an old man. He was dressed in black robes, had gray hair, and his face was slack like a withered pine. Especially his pair of pupils, without the whites of his eyes, some are just the deep darkness of a pool of stagnant water. One more look, as if enough to make people's souls sink into it. I see. Looking at it this way, it's just good luck for Junior to get such a fetish by luck. Yi Langtian had a look of surprise on his face, pretending that it was the first time he knew. Ha ha ha, it's not a fluke, you are still in the Nirvana realm at a young age, or martial Tao and dual cultivation. Mental energy has also arrived at the Eight Seals Heaven Talisman Master. With such aptitude, even in my Burning Heaven Sacred Land, it was a rare genius. Chapter 24. For Yi Langtian's remarks, He Tong Ancestor laughed jokingly. However, for the details, He Tong Ancestor did not want to delve into it. He has long since fallen. Appearing like this is just a wisp of its remnant soul. Being able to hold on to the present may just be an obsession. The obsession to find the next master for the devouring rune. Thinking about this, Ancestor He Tong couldn't help but look at Yi Langtian with a serious face, and asked. Devouring the rune is a wonder of the world. If you want to control it, you must assume the responsibility of guarding this world. Young man, with your aptitude, I don't doubt that the top powerhouses here in the world will have your place in the future. At that time, are you willing to protect this profound sky continent? Hearing this, Yi Langtian immediately agreed. Junior is willing. Although Yi Langtian's identity is the mortal enemy of the protagonist. But he wasn't a wicked person either. In the established plot, when foreign demons invaded, almost no one can survive alone. Even villain, Yi Langtian wants to live. I want to be a peak powerhouse in this world and control everything. Therefore, his answer to Ancestor He Tong's question came from his heart. That being the case, keep this black rune away. With this rune, you can break the seal on the devouring rune. I hope that when the next catastrophe comes, your generation can protect it. In addition, there is a martial art in this burning heaven sacred land, called the Star Catcher and Cut the Sky Finger. Since you have obtained the devouring rune, you might as well take this martial art as well. Hearing Yi Langtian's solemn promise, Heitong ancestor also came with a solemn expression. Halfway through, he sighed softly. With a wave of his palm, a mysterious black rune landed in Yi Langtian's palm. At the same time, as soon as he pointed at Yi Langtian's eyebrows, the cultivation method of chasing the stars and cutting the sky was also passed on to Yi Langtian. Then, his last remnant soul gradually turned into a spot of light. Contentment disappears into this world. Senior, go all the way. Seeing this, Yi Langtian also bowed to say goodbye. Now he has obtained the black rune that cracked the seal of the devouring rune, and also obtained the most tyrannical martial arts in the sacred land. This trip to the Great Yan Ancient Monument can be said to be very successful. I have guarded the devouring rune for more than half a month, and now I can finally see the moonlight. It's not too late, hurry back and refine the devouring rune. Soon, Yi Langtian made a decision in his heart, so he no longer hesitated and left the Great Yan Ancient Monument. When he returned to the cave hall of the Xuanian Mountains again, it was already dawn. As soon as he appeared in the hall, Yi Langtian stared at the devouring rune in front of him. Immediately, take out the black rune. Almost as soon as the black light group approached the black rune, it quickly melted away like a fiery fireball. The next moment, the ancient rune appeared in front of Yi Langtian. I saw that this rune, but the size of a sea bowl, was intertwined with various dark patterns, forming an irregular shape between changes. It looks like a bottomless black hole, enough to swallow everything. The more he stared at the devouring rune, the more frightened Yi Langtian became. Even in his current 9-yuan nirvana realm, when he looked at the devouring rune, he still felt that the latter could swallow him at any time. In addition, in the face of this devouring rune, the natal talisman in the Nuan Palace in his body was also trembling. Never mind, try refining first. Suppressing the discomfort in his heart, Yi Langtian did not hesitate at all. With a thought, mental energy poured out directly, rushing towards the devouring rune. As soon as he entered, Yi Langtian was immediately blacked out. Fortunately, in the script simulation, he has already conquered it once. Right now, Yi Langtian didn't feel too much pressure to refine the devouring rune again. Very calmly accept the test of devouring rune. Like this, after about a day, he finally got out of all the levels set by the devouring rune. In the end, the devouring rune was successfully put into the Nuan Palace within the body. After another 5 days, he completely refined and subdued the devouring rune. At that time, his cultivation base also got a lot of growth. Has reached the half-step profound realm, the 9 seals celestial talisman. Such cultivation base is unprecedented in the Daong dynasty. Yi Langtian is confident that even the descendants of the great sects in Dongshanyu and the children of sacred land, few people can compete with him. Right now, I've been in the Xuanian Mountains for almost a month. I don't know how the outside world is going. Speaking of which, my mission to Dayan County this time has been completed, so it's time to leave. This day, Yi Langtian walked out of the cave hall. A few months later, feeling the warm sunshine again, Yi Langtian felt an indescribable joy in his heart. Go to Dayan County first. Yi Langtian's body moved and disappeared directly in place. When Yi Langtian stayed in the Xuanian Mountains, he focused on refining and devouring the divine rune. Yun Pojin and Wei Xiaoying completely ruled the entire Dayan County for Yi Langtian. The atmosphere of continuous killing in the past is not there, but more of a sense of tranquility. Father, Wei uncle, when news came from the imperial city of the Daong dynasty not long ago, it was said that the Liu clan was at war with the Yi clan. I don't know, should we go to the imperial city and help the Yi clan? Dayan County, Elephant Demon Gate, headquarters. A charming girl in a red dress, looking at the middle-aged man with a big waist and a round waist, asked with a frown. Here's the thing. After Yi Langtian took over Dayan County, the Liu clan sent someone to investigate the latter. It was only when Yi Langtian suddenly learned that Yi Langtian carried the body of sect leader Dong Lai from the great Yanzong sect and jumped into the Xuanian Mountains, and he disappeared. In recent months, there is no news at all. I don't know if it's life or death. Therefore, in the eyes of the Liu clan, this is an excellent opportunity to attack the Yi clan. Chapter 25. After all, in the eyes of the Liu clan, the biggest hidden danger of the Yi clan is not Yi Zhaokong. It's Yi Langtian. It just so happens that Yi Langtian is missing again in Day'an County, and there is no news. It is definitely not a good time for the Liu clan. If only Yi Langtian disappeared, maybe the Liu clan would not dare to do anything. But what if the latter disappeared in the Xuanian Mountains? Because, in the Xuanian Mountains, there is a fierce place, the Xuanian Mountain Stream. In the mountain stream, there is an evil spirit that can obliterate the realm of good fortune. Therefore, in the eyes of the Liu clan, this Yi Langtian most likely strayed into the Xuanian Mountain Stream, and his life and death are unknown. It was with this in mind that the Liu clan dared to go to war with the Yi clan. In addition, the Liu clan patriarch also exists in the Nirvana realm. Although he has never survived the Nirvana calamity, he is undoubtedly much stronger than the good fortune realm. Of course I'm going. I have discussed with the master of the guard house. After tomorrow, I will set off for the imperial city. If young Master Yi never shows up, this great Yan County will be ruled by you from now on. Hearing this, Yun Pojin nodded. He doesn't believe the rumors that Yi Langtian accidentally fell into the Xuanian Mountain Stream. At most it was because of the delay in that treasure. Haven't shown up for months. If they don't help the Yi clan at this time, the latter will return to self once they find out. I am afraid that there will be no elephant demons and Baiguan faction in Day'an County. Father, do you think we should send someone to the Xuanian Mountains to find young Master Yi? Yun Juror probed. It's not necessary. With the cultivation base like young Master Yi, there are no demonic beasts in the Xuanian Mountains that can hurt him. Yun Pojin shook his head. Yes, niece Yun, tomorrow with my brother Yun, we will leave Day'an County. You must take good care of this place. Here, Wei Xiaoying also agreed with this, and did not forget to remind Yun Zier. Don't worry, Day'an County is in my hands, I won't lose it. Yun Juror nodded obediently and assured. It seems that my Yi clan was in trouble when I was not in the Day'an County period. However, just as Yun Juror finished speaking, a voice suddenly sounded in the hall. Immediately, everyone was surprised to see that a handsome figure came out of the void. As soon as he appeared, the hearts of several people sank, and the sense of oppression for no reason almost made them kneel. At this moment, the coercion that Yi Langtian showed all over his body was extremely horrifying in the eyes of Yun Pojin and the others. It seems that the person facing him is a real demon. With a single gesture, the world can be eclipsed, and the rivers can stop flowing. It is no exaggeration to say that Yun Pojin and the others believe that just one thought from Yi Langtian is enough to obliterate them. It is definitely entering the Nirvana realm. And it's no ordinary Nirvana realm. It's the kind of Nirvana that survives the Nirvana Kalpa. I've seen young Master Yi. Soon, Yun Pojin and several others knelt down and saluted Yi Langtian. Get up. Yi Langtian walked straight to the upper seat and sat down, said lightly. Thank you, young Master Yi. Hearing the words, the three quickly thanked them, and then stood up very cautiously. Shikai, listen to you, the Liu clan is going to go to war with my Yi clan. Yi Langtian asked casually. Yes, young Master Yi. This incident probably happened a few days ago, and the casualties of the two families are still unknown. Yun Pojin cupped hands reported. This Liu clan is really tired and crooked. Last time, my son clearly warned the Liu clan. A month later, I came to my Yi clan to apologize. I didn't expect that a month later, I would dare to go to war with my Yi clan. That being the case, the Liu clan of the four major clans does not need to exist anymore. Hearing this, Yi Langtian's expression turned cold. In an instant, the temperature in the entire hall dropped, and everyone could not help but shiver a few times. Regarding Yi Langtian's words, the three Yun Pojin had no doubts that the latter had such means. Yun sect leader, Curator Wei, tomorrow I will leave for the Imperial City, and I will not return to Day'an County again. However, after I leave, Day'an County still has to maintain a unified situation. You like the Demon Sect and the Baiguan Sect will merge into one and change to the Burning Heaven Sect. As for the industrial heritage of the Great Yan Sect in the past, this young master has no interest in it either. It can be regarded as adding some foundation to the Burning Heaven Sect. Thinking of leaving Day'an County, Yi Langtian and Yun Pojin gave an order. After all, With Yi Langtian's cultivation base in the half-step profound realm, the family members of the great Yanzong can't get into his eyes at all. Yes, young Master Yi. Yun Pojin and Wei Xiaoying did not dare to have any opinions and hurriedly expressed their stance. But I was overjoyed. Yi Langtian doesn't look down on the background of the great Yanzong, these two must look up to it. It was also on this day that the Elephant Demon sect and the Baiguan faction issued a statement together. From now on, the Fenshin faction will be the #1 force in Dai'an County. Master of the Guard House, since you are the head of the Dai'an County 100 schools, do you have a roster of all the martial arts halls in Dai'an County? Suddenly, Yi Langtian seemed to think of something and asked Wei Xiaoying. Of course there is. Hearing this, Wei Xiaoying replied. After he finished speaking, he thought about it, took out a roster from the storage ring, and handed it over respectfully. Wei Xiaoying was a little puzzled about this. As Yi Langtian, how could he be interested in those martial arts gyms? Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.